And we're going to be speaking to one Titanic enthusiast who's taken his dream trip at a depth of 12,500 feet.
Now, Titanic enthusiast Rob Goldsmith beat almost 30,000 hopefuls to win a chance to visit the wreck of the liner, and in July he was taken the 12,500 feet under the sea in the North Atlantic.
The History Channel filmed his journey, which brings a viewer closer than ever to the ill-fated ship, and one which will soon become an even more unusual occurrence. Well, to tell us more, Rob is here. We were just both saying, you lucky, lucky man.
Yep.
Yeah. So what was it like?
Incredible. The most amazing experience I've ever done. Words, you just really can't describe it.
Well, let's just talk about the moment, because you've been fanatical about Titanic for many years, and then there you are in a submarine going down. Just describe that moment when the Titanic first came into view.
A lot of emotions go through you. You start to feel... you feel very emotional about it, you feel very excited about it. Then I actually felt almost a wreck of guilt for feeling excited.
Yes.
Purely because it's a gravesite. I'm looking on a grave. I mean, you can see on the picture there's me with Genya, who's the pilot.
Talk us through what we're actually seeing here.
Yeah, this is the Mir submersible. There's only 5 submersibles in the world that can go down at this depth. The 2 are aboard the Keldysh, which is the research vessel, and it's like a ballet. When they lower it in the water, it's so well orchestrated. Because everything has to be right. If you get it wrong, it's a £50 million craft. If you bang it into the ship, it doesn't take that too well. There's my dad there, who came with me on the trip. Who
is he a big fan as well?
Yes, he's very, very proud of me to do this. I've been interested in the Titanic since I was 8 years old, and to actually go and see it, is very
lucky.
That's
the moment.
And that's the moment. There it is. Pictures. Video footage cannot describe how big it is. It is just huge. A lot of the footage here I actually shot. They gave me a video camera to take down there and film it. And there's the crow's nest. That's where Frederick Fleet stood to see the iceberg. And it's things like that. It's a lot of people think, it's just a lump of metal, but there's stories behind each part of the ship. Telemotor. That is where the wheel would have been on the bridge. It was just.
Were you having to pinch yourself at various moments to think,
It didn't hit home until I got home. It really didn't. It was just, and it went in a flash. I was down there for 11 hours, and it just went in a flash.
11 hours?
Yes,
wow.
It went so quickly. That's a lifeboat davit, so that's what they would have used to lower the lifeboats down. In fact, I think that's starboard side, which is still halfway back. Captain Smith's bathtub. The piping on it has actually got hot and cold running salt water and fresh water, hence why there's a lot of pipes there.
Was there anything that caught even you? I mean, you seem to know everything about it. Was there anything that caught even you by surprise?
I did find out an awful lot of stuff when we were on the ship. They had a lot of lectures and things about it. For example, the lifeboat davit that you saw was actually, that's where First Officer Murdoch was, and he let down 2 lifeboats and tried to get a 3rd one out, but by that time it's too late, so the sea was in, and the lifeboat still remains in an upright position, half cranked, ready to lower it down. And it's symbols like that you think, there's such a story behind it, and it was very moving experience.
Yeah, I was going to say, you mentioned at the very beginning there that you said you felt excited, but then you thought, actually, I am looking upon a gravesite here.
Yes,
did that really
exactly.
hit home?
It did. When I first got out to the wreck site, everybody else was on the ship was excited, and I started to feel, obviously, being excited to actually be at that spot. But then you suddenly think, several years ago, 1,500 people died at this spot, and then you start thinking a little bit, maybe I shouldn't feel too excited about it, because it is a gravesite.
You mentioned your dad, who was he was on the boat waiting for you to come up. Now, let's just see, because I think he found it very emotional too. Let's just have a look at a clip.
Cigarette, my Andy. Just feel so proud of him.
Oh,
fantastic.
Brilliant, but it's going to become harder for people to do that now.
It is, yes. Recently there was a law or some, I don't know politics behind it, but there was a certain thing signed by the British and American governments to prevent people from salvaging from the wreck site. We obviously were out there just to observe, not to salvage anything. My personal opinion on it...
There,
okay.
We've got to see that. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much.
If people want to have a look I've got my own website with lots of pictures on, so if people want to have a look, it's just robgoldsmith.co.uk, and there's thousands of pictures I've taken.
Rob, congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. Now, coming up on BBC News 24, the latest on the emergency bird flu meeting in Brussels. That's after a full weather forecast.